but the storm cloud is only the influence of the entity controlling it, and through it, it controls other ponies, or griffins, etc., etc. And it uses this to mobilize them against the main six at the start, and the main six collect the elements of harmony in order to fight back against it. We've got a picture of one of the ponies there, the Tainted, we're calling them. So the cloud almost possesses them and starts to change them and warp them, so it can turn Earth ponies into Pegasi and give them the ability to fly. It can make them more invulnerable. It even begins to warp them in other ways, which is explored throughout the game, but I don't really want to go into here. There's some stuff we're keeping for plot twists and such like. So the main six managed to save Ponyville from this, but they soon realised that all around them, the rest of Equestria is falling under attack from this. So they move around and they split off in their various directions to try and gather everyone they can back to Ponyville in order to create a safe haven and fight back against it. And so we have various missions that branch off from there. We have, for example, Applejack goes to Appaloosa, Rainbow Dash goes to Cloudsdale, and other missions as well, which will give us a chance to try out different sets designs with different enemy sets that would fit that design. For example, in Cloudsdale, we're going for something much more militaristic, like we see from the pre-Equestrian Pegasi. So we're going with that. They're a much more militant species, and that impacts on the way Cloudsdale is dealt with in the story. And what happens to it, as you can see in some of the concept art that's been showing, it's quite an important plot point as far as the story goes. But as far as we've gotten with the story, and as far as I want to reveal, the main aim of the game will be the main six working together and apart, together in some way, in some levels apart in others, to find a way to overcome this obstacle. And we want to really spend the whole game trying to build up that this is a bigger obstacle than they've ever come across. We want to try and make it so maybe the player doesn't really want to progress it because they feel that it could get worse, and then right when it feels at its lowest, it starts to get better. So really we're just trying to tell a story in another way through an RTS RPG game.
Okay, then we shall go.
Okay.
We shall go.
So that wraps it up. We'll move on to another Q&A. So go ahead, ask whatever you want. Ask anything about the story you want. We'll try to reveal as little as possible, I guess, but we'll try to answer your question as best as possible. Who is best pony? Rainbow Dash.
No.
No.
Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie.
No, it's Twilight Sparkle.
Pinkie.
Fluttershy.
Twilight Sparkle. Let's let the chat decide who is best
Zach's
pony.
got a Fluttershy mic.
Who is best pony? Twilight Sparkle.
Pinkie.
Twilight.
How far into development are you guys
I
in
joined
this game?
this chat just to tell you that it's Twilight Sparkle. I'm leaving now. Bye.
Will the story be epic?
It's Twilight. See, I won. It's Twilight.
Right, okay, could we
Alright.
tone
Yes,
down the
Winter
slam a little
Great
on the
music,
best
thank
pony? Tone it down. 'Cause there's a question up there. Two questions actually. Will this story be epic? Do you mean as in epic scale, or epic quality? Because it's kind of a wavery word nowadays. As far as epic scale, we want it to be as epic as we can have. We want to have. Again, I'm not really allowed to reveal some stuff about it, but we want to have some important places don't make it out of the end of the story. Will it be told in a style of a Homerian epic? No, it probably won't. It's a game. I Can we integrate poetry into a game?
The what? Sorry.
I don't think we could really integrate poetry into a game, could we?
Sorry, I don't...
There's a lot of questions about the story here.
Sorry. Well,
is my mic cutting out?
2 people on the chat, we already told everything we could in the story, so please no more questions about that. Thanks.
There won't be a narrator, that's one thing. Because
that's
on RTS...
Thunder. Sorry, carry on.
And I don't think I've ever played an RTS game where the narrator wasn't extremely annoying.
Yes, it's not a really good idea. Well, I think when he said you want... if the story was epic, yes, there will be epic moment, of course. Otherwise the game will be boring.
Control groups, that's a question for me from Sturm Vivilm again. Sorry, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, there will be control groups, and I'll try and stuff as many as possible into them, which means probably in the 255 range, somewhere up there. So no problem, you can select all of your units and hit attack.
I will just show it through the stream. I will turn the game on so everybody can see. Wait a second.
The dialogue will be recorded with actors, not just a script. We'll have subtitles as well, though, so actors and scripts.
Like me.
See, I can select the 2 ponies and move them. I can even do a path, as Alex programmed it to work. So yes, we can control a group of pony.
We've had a few
How
people
did you guys meet one another from Fire Kirby 135? We met. I met Coffee on a forum that we frequently look at. It's a game programming forum, and we collaborated. And from that point on, we created the forum. We just put the game out there and recruited a few other people that we needed over YouTube, email, Facebook, whatever.
I met Alex on Skype and forum.
A lot of the team came together when I put out a message on my DeviantArt asking for help in this project. Alex also looked to... you can see quite a few people in the chat saying I recruited him on DeviantArt. We're still looking for a lot of help on this. We could use all the help we can get, obviously. Main things being modelers and such like that. It's difficult to find people with that talent. Texture artists as well. But we have got a team together and we are working through the things like programming. I'm glad to say Alex has been making great progress, even though he's recently had internet issues and such like. He's been, from what I saw a few weeks ago, it's been progressing very well in that department. I've been progressing the story. I've got several people working on musical pieces, and we're looking for a wide variety in the style of music, but tailor-made to the atmosphere of the levels and, for example, what you're fighting if we're going for boss battles.
Saw a question earlier, can't quite find it though. If you don't, something along the lines of, if you don't accept an NPC's help, will the enemy get it? And I think that is a really good idea, actually, and might be very possible.
It's definitely something we can add in for hero units, but obviously for things like generic royal guards, you wouldn't really notice the difference if one royal guard was lost from you and went to them, etc. But if you lost a hero unit, we could have that mechanic come in where they come back on the enemy side.
Yeah. Wiki84, is your team complete or looking for more? The team itself is complete, but this does not mean we're not looking for contributions. So if, again, you can go to our forum, you can give us ideas you have, you can give us anything you want. We will accept it, look at it, review it, give you feedback on it, and it really helps us out.
I mean, if you really want to help and you're able to put in the time to help us out with this project, and you've got a good skill or talent, we obviously we could use